Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faik Zaukan Fadraman from Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta, Faculty of Social and Political Science, International Relations Study Program. Here I will answer 5 questions. First questions, explain the pillars and condition of marriage. The second questions, explain the law of nikah syari according to Muhammadiyah. The third, explain the types of divorce and the difference between them. The fourth, explain the definition and difference between divorce, hulu and fasa. And the last, explain the types of iddah and the rulings related to its type. Okay, the first one is explain the pillars and condition of marriage. The pillars of marriage are the basic elements that must be present for a marriage to be valid according to Islamic law. Without the fulfillment of these pillars, the marriage contract is not considered valid. Here are the 5 pillars of marriage agreed upon by the majority of scholars. The existence of a husband to be. The prospective husband must be a Muslim man, not a mahram of the prospective wife, and marry willingly, not by force. The existence of a prospective wife. The prospective wife must be a Muslim woman, not a mahram of the prospective husband, not in the iddah period, and married willingly. The existence of a marriage guardian. The guardian is the party who marries the wife to be. Usually the guardian is the biological father, or in his absence, the closest guardian from the paternal line. The presence of a guardian is a very important, and without a guardian, the marriage is not valid according to the majority of scholars. The presence of two witnesses. The marriage ceremony must be witnessed by at least 2 male witnesses who are Muslim, mature, sensible, and fair. Witnesses serve to ensure the validity and openness of the marriage contract. Ijab and Kabul Sigat. Ijab is a statement of marriage from the guardian or his representative, while Kabul is an acceptance from the prospective husband. Ijab Kabul must be clear, film, and done in one assembly without a long pause. Condition of marriage is in Islam. In addition of the pillars, there are conditions that must be met so that marriage is valid and not cancelled. The conditions of marriage are divided into conditions for the prospective husband, prospective wife, guardian, and witnesses. Husband to be requirements: one Muslim male, not a mahram of the wife to be, not having more than 4 wives, not in ihram, hajj, or umrah, marry based on willingness, not coercion, clearly knows the prospective wife and knows her holiness. Requirements of the prospective wife: Muslim, female, not currently married and not in the iddah period, not a mahram of the prospective husband, not in ihram, marry willingly, not under duress, gives, and the last gives permission to the guardian to marry hereof. Okay, the two explain the law of nikah syari according to Muhammadiyah. The law of syari marriage according to Muhammadiyah's view on nikah syari is very firm. The Tarjih and Tajdid Council of the Muhammadiyah Central Leadership says that nikah syari, that is a marriage that is not officially registered before a marriage registration officer PPN or state apertures is invalid and not allowed for Muhammadiyah citizens. Nikah syari is invalid. It is obligatory to register the marriage officially before a state official. This view is taken for the sake of benefit, the protection of family right, and in line with the objective of Islamic law. Muhammadiyah menegaskan jika ada pegawai atau Muhammadiyah yang melakukan nikah syari, maka dapat dikenai sanksi organisasi seperti pemberhentian dari jabatan. Third, explain the types of divorce and the difference between them. In Islamic law, divorce has several types that are classified based on the time, procedure, and legal consequences. The following is an explanation of the types of divorce and their differences. The first one is the sunnah talak and bidah talak. Sunnah talak, a divorce that is that is done in accordance with the guidance of the Sharia, namely, the wife is in state of purity, not menstruating or postpartum. The second, the wife has not had sexual intercourse during the period of chastity. The third, the divorce is pronounced once and the husband let the wife go through the iddah period without repeating the divorce. And the last, this divorce is allowed and considered valid according to Sharia. Bid'ah divorce, a divorce that is not in accordance with Sharia. For example, divorce when the wife is menstruating or postpartum. Divorce when the wife is in a state of chastity but has already had intercourse during the chastity period. Bid'ah divorce haram, although it is still valid according to some scholars. 2. Raj'i talak and ba'in talak. Raj'i talak, this is a first or second divorce. The husband may still reconcile with his wife during the iddah period without a new marriage contract, even without her consent. If the iddah period expires, reconciliation can only be done with a new marriage contract and mahr. Ba'in talak divided into two. Ba'in sugra minor talak, a divorce that cannot be reconciled during the iddah period, but the husband may remarry his ex-wife with a new marriage contract and mahr. Examples include divorce before intercourse, divorce with ransom hulu, or divorce by the court. Ba'in kubro, large divorce, the 3-time divorce, triple divorce. It is not permissible for a husband to marry his ex-wife unless she has married another man and had sexual intercourse with him and then divorced him. The third, talak based on the method of delivery. Sarih talak said in clear and unequivocal words such as I divorce you. Inayah talak uttered with sarcastic or figurative words, and false is accompanied by the intention of divorce. The fourth, divorce based on terms or time. Tanjis talak, a divorce pronounced immediately without any condition or time. Ta'li talak, a divorce that is contingent on a condition or future event, e.g. if you leave the house without permission, then you are divorced. Jenis-jenis talak meliputi sunnah, talak bidah, talak raji, dan talak ba'in, sugra, dan kubro, serta talak berdasarkan cara dan syarat penyampaian. Perbedaan utamanya terletak pada waktu, cara, dan rujuk antara suami dan istri setelah talak dijatuhkan. The fourth questions explain the definition and difference between divorce, hulu, and fasa. The first, talak definition. Talak is a divorce imposed by a husband on his wife unilaterally by words or actions that indicate the dissolution of the marriage bond according to Islamic law. Talak is the right of the husband and can be done under certain conditions according to Sharia law. Characterized conducted by the husband, talak can be gradual, 1, 2, or 3 times. The husband has the right to reconcile during the iddah period depending on the type of divorce. And last, there is no obligation for the wife to pay compensation. Hulu definition. Hulu is a divorce that occurs at the request of the wife by giving a ransom, reward, or compensation to the husband as compensation for releasing the marriage bond. Hulu is the wife's right to end the marriage if there is Sharia justified reason. Characterized initiative of the wife. The wife pays a ransom to the husband in exchange for divorce. The husband may not reconcile during the iddah period without a new marriage contract. Hulu can be done at any time, including when the wife is menstruating or pure after intercourse. Hulu removes the husband's right to reconcile except with a new contract. The main difference with divorce, talak is the husband's right, hulu is the wife's right. Hulu requires the payment of a ransom, divorce does not. Talak can be gradual, hulu is usually immediate. Talak has possibility of reconciliation without a new contract, hulu does not. 3. Fasa definition. Fasa is the annulment of a marriage by a court or religious authority at the request of one of the parties, usually the wife, due to certain reasons that make the marriage unviable, such as the husband being unable to provide for his wife, abandoning her, or committing violence. Characterized conducted through a legal process in a religious court does not require a ransom from the wife, usually due to strong Shari reason, and last after fasa, the marriage is considered void and there is not right of reconciliation. The last question is explain the types of iddah and the rulings associated with its type. Iddah is a waiting period that a woman must undergo after the end of a marriage, either due to divorce or the death of her husband. Before she can remarry, the purpose of iddah is, among other things, to ensure the clarity of pregnancy status and maintain the honor of woman. Types of iddah talak, divorce, applies to women who are divorced by their husband. Iddah period, if the woman is still menstruating, the iddah is the pure periods, three clean menstrual periods. If the woman is not menstruating, menopausal, or has not menstruated, the iddah is 3 months. If the woman is pregnant, the iddah is until she gives birth. During the iddah, the husband is still entitled to reconcile if the divorce is raj'i 1 or 2 times. Iddah due to the death of the husband applies to women whose husband have died. Iddah period 4 months and 10 days if not pregnant, until delivery if pregnant. During the iddah, a woman may not remarry and must maintain loyalty to her deceased husband. Iddah for a pregnant woman, this applies if the woman is pregnant when the divorce is pronounced or the husband is. The iddah period lasts until the woman gives birth. This applies to all types of iddah, divorce and death. Iddah of a woman who has not had intercourse yet. If a woman is divorced before she has had intercourse, then she does not have to observe iddah. Iddah of a woman experiencing istidah, irregular bleeding. A woman who experiences istidah, irregular bleeding, counts her iddah period like a woman who has her regular period. The iddah period follows 3 pure menstrual periods. Rules relating to iddah obligatory iddah. Every woman who is divorced or whose husband is must observe the prescribed iddah period. Prohibition during iddah: no marriage with another man, not to leave the house unless there is an important need, and must maintain modesty, maintain your presence and honor. The husband is obligated to provide maintenance if iddah is due to divorce or the death of the husband, right of reconciliation. If the divorce is divorce 1 or 2, the husband may reconcile during the iddah period without a new contract. If it is a bain divorce, triple divorce, or khulu, she cannot reconcile except with a new marriage contract. Purpose of iddah: to ensure that there is no pregnancy from a previous marriage, to give time to grieve for a woman whose husband has died, to maintain honor and social order. That's my answer and my explanation. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.